Hi, everybody. It's Reverend Therese Lee. This is Unity Spiritual Center, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. And today is January 1st, and we welcome each other into this year called 2023. We're grateful for your presence. Let us start in prayer as we always do. We celebrate the infinite activity of God, expressing as each of us, one with the divine flow, conscious of the realization that we are already in potential. We embrace this consciousness right here, right now, in this awareness and this great possibility of the unfoldment we call 2023. Say to yourself, Happy 2023. You and I, get to see it as a new year because we see it with a new consciousness, with new eyes of faith. And so it is that you and I pray this in the name, after the nature, and under the authority of the living, loving presence that is you and that is me. And so it is. Amen. Reverend Therese Lee, Unity Spiritual Center, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. As you're joining us today, go ahead, put in your name, where you're from, if you have a prayer intention, a prayer request, if you would like to be on our e-news mailing list. Hydrating. We continue as we start this year together, 2023, to be hydrated, prayed up, and washed up. Many blessings. Affirmation for today. I am alive, awake, alert, joyous, and enthusiastic about my life. Say it with me, please. I am alive, awake, alert, joyous, and enthusiastic about my life. Scripture for today is from the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And I'm paraphrasing, be transformed by the renewing of your mind so you may discern what is the will of God. What and how will you be in the world in 2023? So it's been the thing to do, so to speak, up until now, to make resolutions, right? To set them every year. Well, I looked up, what does it mean, resolution? It means to resolve, to find a solution to a problem. Well, this is why I don't make them. You and I are not problems, right? So how we showed up in 2022 was necessary for our growth, all that our life was about. And now as we welcome in 2023, you and I get to reflect, to learn, and to set intentions. Set intentions instead of resolutions. And you might be asking, well, why would I do that? Well, a positive intention will cause positive shifts in your thinking, in your consciousness, and the way you live out into the world. And then, how do we know? Because we're committed to living with a action that makes it so out into the world. The manifestation, the outpicturing is a new you right here, right now. It's quite exciting, isn't it? Quite exciting. There's another sentiment that we say all the time. Happy New Year. And it sounds great, but what does it mean? What does it mean? So it's 2023, and all the days in it, in this 365 forthcoming days, right, are going to be no different than last year. That's the truth. They will only be different when, in fact, you are different, when I am different, then each day can outpicture differently. The key components, you and me. Everybody breathing? So we get to choose to live from a different stream of consciousness. We get to set our intentions for a different set of causes. Eric Butterworth, oh, what a man. He had the church in New York. He was a big author in Unity. And he said this, Happy New Year implies that the year is all laid out, that it's a fixed entity in itself. And as we all know, it is not. No one can forecast what the future will hold because no one can determine your consciousness. No one can determine my consciousness. This is the gift that 2023 brings. It's not a fixed entity. It's an unfolding experience. How different that feels, doesn't it, as we take these first steps into what we know is 2023. It's an opportunity to release tremendous possibility. Are you willing? Are you willing? You know, I call us possibilitarians. All that it takes is a little bit of willingness. It's entirely up to me. It's entirely up to you. And we get to breathe. Butterworth invites us to take into account the all-potential Spirit of God within each and every one of us as the unfolding possibility within each and every one of us. The all-potential Spirit of God within, unfolding possibility as us. We get to be concerned about our consciousness. What's happening in this allness of us today? It's called the present. Why? Because it's the gift. And we get to stay present in this knowing that we are not a new person, a different person, unless we make changes within ourselves. And those changes are our choice. We get to discern. We get to decide. Are you breathing with me? I want to talk about being in at the beginning. To be in at the beginning. And that's the invitation for today. Talking about awareness. Talking about knowing where our thoughts are going. Talking about being in a state of awareness of our oneness. How often are you there? Knowing life is lived from the inside out. As within, so without. So it's not about anything outside of us. It's not about the weather. It's not about delayed airlines. It's not about what we did or didn't get as holiday presents. It's about understanding that I am causing my life from within me. My reaction to versus my response to. Begin in the consciousness that our life is an unfolding experience from within you, within me. It makes it a much more exciting idea of what 2023 will be. Oh, I just made a rhyme. What will be 2023? Question mark. So it's about this conscious awareness that life is not all waiting for us out there. When we are in the consciousness, embracing our thoughts, honoring our feelings, right? Then what happens is the direction of our energy, which is what you and I are, is projecting life from within, so without, out picturing as our own life. The life you're living, the life I'm living. Our life is conscious, controlled from within. And you might go, well, wait, you don't know my life. You're right. I know nothing about your life. I only know about my life. What I do know is that as we go within to see what is not at peace, then I will see more peace outside of me, right? So what I want to be in the world, what I want to see in the world, I have to be in the world. We get to do this choice. Each day is what we want to make it, right? So it was a little bit chilly last week. I got the opportunity to wear my really cool new boots. We get to choose how we'll deal with what it is life is presenting to us each day, because it's a living, breathing organism. Now, you might say, well, I'm just going to sing the same old song. Therese, I'm going to harp the same old tune. And I hope to have a different experience. Probably not. Probably not. Change the song, upgrade the tune, and decide at the beginning of each day what that day will look like. You might invoke your affirmation. I am alive, awake, alert, joyous, and enthusiastic about my life. You get to choose. Are you willing? Are you open and receptive to new opportunities? They're all there for our asking, right? So in the process of all of this, we get to give thanks for the flow in our life, the divine surges of energy that come, the classes we take that inspire us, the talks we listen to that motivate us. We get to look forward, right? Stay present in this moment. And you might go, well, I don't I don't really have anything to look forward to. Well, Eric Butterworth says it's not about looking forward to something. It's about looking forward from something. And the from something is within you, within me. Are you tuned in, plugged in, so you can be in the current moment? In the awareness, Butterworth asks, that life is lived from within out. Breathe with me, because each time we do this, we realize the oneness of us. Our future, our destiny is all wrapped up within us. We get to unfold it. We get to birth it, so to speak, day by day, sometimes hour by hour. And we remember that we are in at the beginning. So we are part of this. It's not done upon to us. We have a consciousness of seeing, SEEING. We have a consciousness of understanding that God stands under all. And we have an awareness of truth as it applies in your life and mine. And so we go forth each day, alive, awake, alert, joyous, and enthusiastic, because we are in at the beginning of each and every one of our days. Life is a process of growth. We know this, don't we? Tomorrow we get to begin again. The next moment of every day, we get to begin again. Charles Fillmore says that we are in tune with the divine flow within us. We know that we are a spiritual being. We know that our life is lived from the inside out. We know that within us there is the substance, the sustenance, the guidance, the intelligence, the know-with-all of which love can do and lead us in the right way. To achieve what it is that you and I have discerned is ours to do and to be. So I can already know in this moment the indication of divine flow is working right now. How? Because we're here together. You and I have set this intention to share this time together. Thank you. Whatever day it is, whatever time it is, we are grateful. I have a great little tool, so to speak, that helps me remember this, that the divine flow is already working in and through me. And the statement is this: wherever I am, God is. Say it with me. Wherever I am, God is. This is post-note worthy, if you take notes. It's a beautiful reminder. Wherever I am, God is. It just helps with everything in life, right? It's a marvelous realization. It's not just something to memorize and spit out. We say it with intention. Wherever I am, God is. And Butterworth tells us it's not enough to know that God is here. The important thing, Butterworth says, is to know that God is here, manifesting as the divine activity that's flowing forth through you and me right now. Breathe with me. I am here and I know God is here, manifesting in, through, and as me. You are here and I know with you that God is manifesting in, through, and as you right now. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever you are, God is. Wherever we are, God is. How exciting is that as we get into this year of 2023? It's important to remember to consciously call this forth in consciousness. God is the substance by which I unfold. Say it with me. God is the substance through which I unfold. I am one with perfect life, Butterworth says. I am the flow of divine intelligence. I am what I desire to be. How wonderful is this truth? Our life will always be a reflection of our consciousness. That's why it's a big deal to be you, and why it's a big deal to be me, and why we matter in the world. Every day, an opportunity to grow, to unfold, to be what we want to be, to reflect out in our life what we have already established in our consciousness. So in the midst of all the storms that are happening, right? All of the snow or rainstorms, we know that God is present, that it's all beautiful. And also what else? This too shall pass. right? You and I, a potential in 2023 for the unfoldment of all the greatness that you and I already are. It's an exciting week, isn't it? An unfolding possibility, Eric Butterworth says, as we, you and I, through our power of discernment and prayer and meditation, get to decide what it's actually going to look like. We have choices. That comes along with our free will. It's a gift. We get to decree in this moment, in our consciousness, that all things work together for our highest and our best. All things work together for my highest and best, for your highest and best. So we get to start right here and right now together, where we are, and give thanks. We are plugged in to the divine flow. We're connected over the Ethernet. Thank you, God. We are one with infinite intelligence. And you and I can do what we want to do going forward. To be all we've come here to be, using the tools within to make it so. Always and in all ways, we have a choice. And remember, you're in at the beginning. So that's why this week is so important, why we let go all of that no longer served us up on until New Year's Eve, and then embrace all the new things that are coming our way. Are you willing? Are you ready? So we're talking about the year 2023, and yet I want us to stay present in this moment. Because everything isn't about a passing of time. We hear that. Rather, it's the unfoldment of the possibility. So it might take a few days. It might take a few months. It's the infinite possibility of the unfoldment. You and I at the very center of it all. How exciting. Possibilitarians in our lives. So we don't have to look out into the world wondering, questioning, hoping, and yearning. We get to say, hey, I am a spiritual being. I have within me the continuing activity unfolding itself into manifestation of infinite mind, great and wonderful ideas called wisdom. These are wonderful tools to remember what it is and who it is that you've come here to be. You and I have ideas and even more ideas that are making manifest in, through, and as us. And you and I stand in the center of it all. There's nowhere to go but within. The way out is in. It sounds so simple. It's not always easy, but it is that simple. So take a moment, close your outer eyes as you're comfortable. Move from your head to your heart space and breathe. Breathe into this moment. Breathe in and out. In and out. Embrace the consciousness that you are. The infinite activity of God expressing as you and me. And we breathe again. And we use our breath as a tool to take us ever deeper within, where each of us meets the God of our own understanding. Embrace the consciousness that you are. The infinite activity of God expressing uniquely as you. From this consciousness, choosing to be in at the beginning, one with the divine flow, each and every morning. Conscious of the realization that wherever and whatever you desire to do, you are already in potential. Breathe again. In this consciousness and from this awareness, with our eyes closed still, look to the field of possibility, the one before you, in your mind's eye. The field of possibility called 2023. I affirm and decree for you in this moment, it is a happy year. It's a new year because you are continuously, I am continuously evolving a new consciousness. Pardon me. It's a new opportunity for each of us to work with ourselves. And so we breathe and breathe again. And let's take a moment in the silence together. All that you can be in 2023, in the silence. We look into 2023 from the consciousness that we are in tune, that we're established in the awareness of the divine flow, that all things continually work together for your highest, for my highest, and for our best. Wherever God is, we are. You are and I am. And so we take another breath in together. We are grateful. We are grateful. And as we bring our attention back to this time and this place, we say our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, wherever you are, God is. And because God is, all is well. Thank you for being with us. We are grateful as we begin this new time together called 2023. We're grateful for your presence. We're grateful for your practice of generosity. Our website is www.unityofhiltonhead.org. And there's a practice generosity button using PayPal or your credit card. Thank you. And for snail mail, P.O. Box 1392, Bluffton, South Carolina, 29910. And so it is. We are grateful for your presence, grateful for all that we've let go and all that we are embracing as the infinite possibility. You and me, together we will be in 2023. And so it is. Reverend Therese signing off. Unity Spiritual Center, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Many blessings.